Welcome back. This video is going to continuation of the previous video. In the first, we just figured out how to put text into our Inkscape file, and now we're going to try and put text on a curved path. So a little bit more complicated, but shouldn't be too hard for us. I'm going to leave "Be Kind" where it is, and I'm going to go ahead and click the A tool for text, and I'm just going to click a box, and I'm going to say, "Let's choose kindness." And that's really, really small. So let's go ahead, triple click and make that bigger, maybe this big. There we go. And I'm going to change the font to something really big and bold and obvious. Let's choose the same one we did last time. It's right at the top. And then I want to make this all on one line. So I'm just going to choose the top black arrow to move this over. And then when I go back to the A tool, it allows me to grab the bottom corner here and stretch that out. So now it can be "Let's choose kindness" is all one big thing. If you want to have it centered or anything like that, you can. This is the point where you can choose centering, which is right up here. If that's not a problem for you, that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and choose yellow as my inside color. So I'm going to set the fill to yellow and set the stroke to black. And let's choose kindness. And you can see down here my stroke width is 1.00. I'm going to leave it at 1.00 for now, and I can change it later if I want to. So let's go back to the top black arrow tool. And now we need to draw our curve. You'll notice that right now the size of this is way too big. That's fine. It doesn't matter. We can resize things really easily in Inkscape, and they don't get pixelated, which is fantastic. So just so you know, the tool we're going to use to draw the curves is called the Bezier curve tool. It's also the blue pen tool, and it's right over here on the side. So I'm just going to put my mouse over it. It says draw Bezier curves and straight lines, and I can click on it. And now I've got this unique little kind of pen tool. Now this is where it gets weird, so please stop and pay attention. I'm going to click and drag up at like a 45-degree angle, and it draws this little blue line. When I let go of the drag and move my mouse over, now the blue line stays still, but this red line is now following me. Now, just for today's example, I'm going to move way over to the other side of "Let's choose kindness," and I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. I'm going to click, hold my mouse key down, and drag up at a 45-degree angle. Okay. So now you can see that the red line is curving. I could keep my drag going and I could curve it like a half circle, but I want to kind of give it this kind of flavor. And then it continues, it's drawn this kind of blue line to show where I'm going, but it continues to try and do the red thing, this red line to say, if you're going to click, this is where we would draw to next. But I don't want to do that. I want to hit enter on my keyboard. So I'm just going to take my hand off my mouse, click enter on my keyboard. And now I've got this nice black curved line. And it wants me to keep doing other things. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the top black arrow, and then I'm going to click on the bottom black arrow because I'm going to do some more editing of it. So when you choose the bottom black arrow, you see that you get your nodes back again. And now I can actually change the way the line is. And if I didn't like the curve before, I can change the curve in different ways just by clicking on these little circle handles. These are called handles. I maybe want to make it more curved. So now it's more of a curve here, more of a curve there. I'm also going to make it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to go down to the stroke, and where it says 0.265, I'm going to make that 3. And so now I've got a nice thick black line. The black line we're going to make disappear later on, but for right now, I just want to make it super obvious so you can see that there's a curved black line here, and then up here there's "Let's choose kindness." That's just the random text that I chose. Make sure that your text is all on one line, so not too many words. So once you've got these two things done, we're going to select them both together. There's two ways to do that. The first is to choose the top black arrow, drag a box around both things, and just those two things. And now you've got those two things highlighted. The other way to do it would be to click on one, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard, and click on the other one. Both of those are ways to select two things at a time. And then now, in order to put that, this is called text. This is called a path, and we are going to put text on a path. So up here, there's two options, path and text. I happen to know that usually the choices are under path, but in this specific choice, the choice is actually under text, where you click on text and it says put on a path. And we're like, yay, that's the choice. And bam, we have text on a curved path. Okay. So again, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, I don't really like that. I kind of want to change that. I want to do something. So I'm going to go to the second black arrow tool. And now on this black line that I've got, I can adjust it and the text curve changes automatically. It's just so much fun. And not only that, but if I want to change it a lot, I can actually click the end of the line on one of the nodes. And if I drag it over, it starts doing really weird things like deleting words or letters. And so then I can just pull it back and there it is. So if all of a sudden your letters or words start deleting themselves, it might be because you grabbed the node and changed the size of the line. Okay. So that's it for this video. I'm just going to go ahead and click save because that was awesome. So there's Let's Choose Kindness. Oh, I apologize. There's one last thing you might want to do is if you click on the line and you want to make it invisible, make sure it's a little tricky to get back to it afterwards. But what you can do is you can click on the line. There's an X down here in the color choices. The very first color choice is an X. You can right click on that and say set stroke, and the line disappears. Now the line is still there, okay? And if you hunt around and kind of click around, you can find it again. But the easiest way to do it is kind of to highlight everything. And once you've highlighted everything, if you hold down Control and click on the text, oh, I'm sorry, that didn't work. If you hold down Shift and click on the text, then it only highlights the line, and then you can click on the line. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's X that out. You can right click on like a color and say set stroke, and there's the line back again, or you can right click on the X and say set stroke and the line goes away. That's kind of the weirdy, tricky part. So really you want to kind of leave the line color there, get it where you want it lined up, and then make the line invisible. Okay, so now I'm really done. So I'm going to go ahead and click on save one more time, and then that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one.